What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Tides, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, a little bit of a PSA here for you. This is a couple of days old, so just posting it here in case you have not seen it. But survival mode will be pausing at the end of the current season. This is on the official announcements Discord from Dave McCoy. They are going to retool to fit proposal 233 that passed with a 90% vote. As Dave says here, it will take some time for us to implement it. There are some relatively complex changes and will need to be dealt with and managed between an already full roster of things that we're doing. We appreciate the community wanting to test out a new set of concepts and are excited to create such a new system. Please be aware that this will affect rental contracts, so everyone should be aware not to renew for survival mode purposes. Thanks to the community for both your enthusiasm in finding solutions and for your patience enabling us to implement the changes. P.S. We will let you know when we have an ETA, and we also plan to give you at least 1 month notice when we feel we have it properly scoped on our end. So, that should give you an idea of just how long this might take. Now, again, I'm not trying to throw shade or make any comments about that. It's just we're getting the details here. So you know that survival mode is going to be paused at the end of this season, which would be roughly middle of September. We'll say like September 15th. On top of that, they're going to give you a 1 month notice, which means let's say they were to announce it as soon as they paused it, that would be mid-October. Obviously, I don't think that's going to be the case. They need to go in and actually start making the changes and see. So, in my opinion, the earliest that we would be able to see survival mode back in action with these changes implemented would probably be in early November, right? So the first season of November. Let's look at it this way, right? There's 2 seasons every month. This is going to be paused starting the second season of September, right? And we know that there's going to be at least 1 month, which is 2 seasons of a heads up. So if they start the work in the second half of September and then make significant headway and are able to come to a point where they realize that they can get it done within that 1 month time frame, the earliest that we would be able to have it would be early November. So we're talking about at least 3 seasons of a pause here with no survival mode. Now, that being said, I'm not trying to, once again, this is not me throwing shade. I'm just trying to be realistic with the expectations that they are very transparently, shout out to Dave, giving us so that people aren't sitting here being like, oh man, this is taking a long time. How come they said blah, blah, blah? Like, no, they're making it very clear here that this is going to take a little bit of time and they're going to give us quite a bit of a heads up. So for those of you who don't remember, and I apologize because I'm not going to have this on the same screen here, there's quite a bit of changes. Now, what they want to do is run this new survival mode beta test bracket changes for 3 months, right? So it'll be 6 seasons. So assume we start in November. It's going to be November, December, January, right? It's going to be 850,000 SPS per season for testing. There's going to be 11 different brackets from novice all the way to unlimited, summoner caps, card level floors, and unique mechanics per bracket, bot restrictions, and probably the most important thing, I'm not going to get to all of it, but percentage-based reward models, meaning that the entire pool is available for the entire. Sorry, the SPS pool is available for the entire side, but it's proportional to where there's a lot of activity. So if a lot of people are playing at the lower levels, more SPS is going to flow down there. Now, I said earlier that one of my biggest concerns with this was, okay, if a lot of bot accounts want to come in and just start playing at the lower levels, well, doesn't that mean a majority of the SPS is going to go down there? If a bunch of bot accounts just turn on and start playing, and all of a sudden that becomes 90% of the battles, does that mean 90% of the SPS rewards are going to go to those accounts or just to those battles? That is a concern for me, and I don't know that that's been addressed. I haven't seen it anywhere. I'm not trying to create FUD here, so please bear in mind I've been a little bit out of the loop, just on and off with travel and stuff like that. So if this has been addressed, please do let me know and put something in the comments below so people don't think that I'm just trying to hate on the game here. You guys know me long enough. That's not what I'm trying to do. This is just a legitimate concern that I have had since this proposal came out. Now, all in all, I voted for this proposal. I think it's a cool idea. I just want to make sure that maybe I'm thinking about this the wrong way, or if I am thinking about it the right way, I shouldn't be the only one thinking about it this way. There are definitely smarter people than me that should be coming up with solutions for this, or at the very least recognizing the problem and trying to mitigate any issues that we can see from this. I like the idea of making it so that it's more accessible to everybody, as we have seen participation in survival mode lag compared to modern and wild. Now, there's many reasons for that. And, I would say the biggest thing is like survival doesn't have the same kind of energy, right? It requires a large amount of cards. And even though I've been playing in survival mode a lot more lately, that doesn't mean that, everybody can participate. So at the end of the day, I really like the changes that they've been making to survival mode. I love the fact that, this came out in February, and we're talking about in less than a year's time, we're going to be going and retooling a couple of major things with survival mode, right? So first of all, they took the cooldown away from the other sides. Now we're going to get this different, testing brackets and beta and whatever it's called, right? And percentage-based rewards. I love the fact that we're doing a lot of really interesting things with survival mode, because if some of this stuff ends up being successful, I would love to see them launch new game modes with the winning ideas, or maybe even adjust a Modern and Wild with some of these winning ideas as well. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Just wanted to share this with you very quickly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.